Good morning and welcome to Adventure Planet, where today I am back here at the Alton Towers Resort here in Staffordshire. Now, I was here just a couple of months ago for the very first day of the 2023 season, where I kind of toured the park and filmed all the updates and changes for the start of 2023. We also experienced the first day and the opening day of the Curse at Alton Manor, which was absolutely fantastic. Now, if you want to see that vlog, that will be found in the Alton Towers 2023 playlists right here on the channel. Today though, well, I'm kind of here for three main things really. Firstly, it's Mardi Gras here, and like Thorpe Park, we'll be taking a tour, looking at the shows, the entertainment, the food and drink options, and the parade here. This event runs from now through until the 18th of June. Secondly, of course, it's back, Nemesis Subterra. Super excited to get back on that ride after it being closed for 8 years. Hopefully it's going to be bringing a little bit of life back to Forbidden Valley while Nemesis is undergoing its reconstruction. Talking of which, thirdly, of course, we will be checking out that reconstruction, including the observation platform, which wasn't open last time I visited here in March. That's now open, so we can get a look across the area of that construction. We'll also be taking a look at the car park area as well, just to see if there's any new bits of track placed there for installation a little bit later. So come on in, join me for a full day here at Alton Towers and Mardi Gras. Let's get started. And here we are then, just past the main entrance, and we've got the purple and green inflatables here already. Hey, looks great. Oh, the blue skies really do make Tower Street here at Alton Towers. Got the towers in the background. Got some entertainment for Mardi Gras going on just over the back here. Hey! All these colourful buildings against the blue sky, it really does look great. We've got all the Mardi Gras decorations out here as well with the flags. Hey! Happy Mardi Gras, buddy. Have a good one. Hey! Yeah, it looks great around here. Look at this. All these colours here. Looks absolutely fantastic. Nothing better than Alton Towers on a beautiful day like today. Highs of 21 degrees, and we're expecting blue skies all throughout the day. There's my ducks and frogs here. Music's blaring. It's a Sunday today, so it's usually one of the quieter days of the weekend. Usually Saturday is the busier day. However, it's still feeling pretty busy, certainly at the entrance. Hey, love the cake up here. That looks great. Yeah, we'll be checking out all the shows today, the parade, the food and drink options, and also try and get on as many of my favorite rides here at the park as I can as well. See BB's Land off to the right there. And yeah, it's good to see we got the flags here representing the 5 crews as part of Mardi Gras. We've got the Tower Street crew, Mutiny Bay crew, Katanga crew, Voodoo crew, and of course the Forbidden Valley crew. No X-Sector or David Walliams crew this season, which is interesting. Not sure why they've got rid of those crews, but just those 5 this season. CBB's Land there looking nice and colourful. And then we got some more entertainment just around here. And the main Mardi Gras stage. Hey, it's the Forbidden Valley crew just there. How you doing? Hey, happy Mardi Gras. Mutiny Bay crew there as well. How you doing? Hey, it all looks great here. Love the costumes. Absolutely fantastic. And this stage is something else. Love it. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. And right behind here, we've got some seating here as well if you want to sit down and enjoy the show. Music blaring as well. We got the Voodoo crew there as well. Hey, great costume. Hey, and the Katanga crew as well. Love the wings. Absolutely great. Worth noting that the main stage down here, just outside the lake, actually isn't in operation for this event. You've got the stage here, and you've got another little stage just around next to Food Street, which we'll be taking a little look at later. But yeah, love this. Love all the costumes, really, really colourful. We got all the trusses here as well. This all looks really good. Absolutely fantastic.
We want to see you on those benches and joining us on the dance floor. Let's hear you out there. Let's see your feet moving to the dance floor. Here we go. Hey, hey. I say, these feet are out of control. Let's spread some magic. Alton Towers Resort. I will see you at 6 p.m. for our fantastical parade.
And here we are at Spinball Wizard then, and yeah, not the best ride to head to at the start of the day, or the last ride to head to at the end of the day really. A lot of people come straight to this ride. Current queue time of 40 minutes, which I suppose isn't too bad for a Sunday, but it's more than I would wait for Spinball Wizard, that's for sure. Just past Spinball Wizard though, and just past the hospitality suite off to the left here, we got the second Mardi Gras stage. Much smaller one this. We got some seating areas around here as well. A little photo opportunity with the drum kit. Oh, we got a little instrumentalist on there at the moment. And yeah, just behind that, we've got the Mardi Gras cocktail bar there, the Mardi Bar, beers, wines and spirits. Love his waistcoat. Yeah, so if you want all your beers, your wines, you got draft beer there, £6 a pint, £3.50 for half. Bottled beer starting from £6, wines £6.50, and you can also get a Prosecco in there for £9. And then you've got all the seating area right outside. Great place to just chill out. Nice little area this, right next to the lake. Love this photo op. And we got another great photo opportunity here as well. King and Queen of Mardi Gras. There we go. Snap your Mardi Gras memories right here. And you've also got your refills here for your souvenir cup. Speaking of which, I just picked up mine. I got the Cursed Alton Manor. She just wants to play. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I haven't got that one, so I thought I'd pick that up. There's another great photo opportunity here with the mask. Yeah, I love this. Made up of lots of smaller masks as well. That's really cool. Yeah, I love that. That's great. We're going to head down to Food Street now. Now, unlike last year, the stages for all the different crews, rather than being spread around the park, are actually in one area now, along with the food and drink wagons on Food Street. Now I'm going to take a look to see what this is going to be like. It sounds like it could get quite cramped, certainly during lunchtime. But we'll see. I certainly think it's a better idea having it more kind of condensed into one area. Certainly for the moment, as the Sky Ride is still out of action. So in terms of accessibility, it makes it a lot easier. So we'll take a look. Maybe we'll come through here at lunchtime, see just how busy it does get. But yeah, beautiful day. Absolutely fantastic. And to have it right outside the front of the towers as well is absolutely brilliant. Love that. I think it's a great location. Of course, you've got the games bunker off here to the left. You fancy your arcade machines. Golf challenge. And here we are on Food Street. We've got Jambalaya Creek. Towers look absolutely beautiful. Such a staple of this park. I mean, it's what made the park. Well, there you go, jambalaya, £8. Gumbo, mac and cheese, curly fries, and a creek platter for £10. I gotta say, it smells fantastic. A little bit early for me, but it does smell great. You got the Cafe Beignet. Learned that word at Thorpe Park the other week. It's a traditional French donut with icing sugar and choice of cinnamon. Yeah, they look great. £5 for a beignet, £1.50 each for a ring donut, or £6 for 5. And here you got one of the stages for Mutiny Bay here. Looks great, almost looks like a float, but it's not. Love that, with all the kind of sea life on there, that's great. And right next to that, you've got some slush cocktails. The two-story Mardi Bar is also back, next to the coffee and crepes van. And you've also got the Ghost Train Smokery. Hey, good to see this back here. Of course, that's where you get your brisket, your ribs, fries, wings, and pork. Barbecue char grill beef burger there for £9.50. Spicy chicken wings, £8. You can get a Jack Daniel's smoked pulled pork roll there for £9. Hickory fries, £8. Well, the Old Hickory Taster, that sounds fantastic, £10. Hey, how you doing? And we've got some more seating areas around here as well. And another stage at the back with another instrumentalist. Looks like we're gonna have a bit more on that stage though. We've got some drum kits set up there. Let's just take a look at the slush cocktails, just get you some prices. And there we are, slush cocktails. You've got your mojito, your margarita, strawberry daiquiri, and you've got your mocktails there as well. £5, $7.50 with alcohol. You got a twist cup there for £8.50 as well. Looks great. How you doing? Yeah, slightly bigger stage this one. Saxophonist. Fantastic. Hey. Love the chandeliers at the top there. That looks great. Just at the top of the two-story Mardi Bar now. Love all this decoration here, these archways. Yeah, they're really nice. Right next to all the kind of benches here. No seating here in the top part. Just standing only, and no smoking either. However, what's some great views over Food Street. You see the Voodoo Crew stage there. That looks great actually. Take a closer look at that in a minute. Pretty sizable seating area here as well. And of course, beautiful views across the lake down into Tower Street. You can just see the two corkscrews at the back there at the entrance. And it's just a nice volume for the music as well. If you don't like it too loud, kind of sat right next to that stage. Perfect day for it. Beautiful. And here we are at the Voodoo Crew stage, like we saw from the top of the Mardi Gras. That looks great. Love that little voodoo doll there. All these kind of candles. And the big top hat. Love that. That's my favorite stage so far. You know, the potion bottles on the top. And then the Forbidden Valley crew here with Marvin, big old robot. Absolutely love the stages. I am concerned though that if you take a look, it's not the biggest area. And of course, yeah, when people are kind of buying food from the food trucks, it could get a little busy down here. However, we'll maybe take a look at lunchtime and see just how busy it can get. Oh boy and chips there. £7 for their sandwich. And then right opposite that, we got the Katanga crew. Katanga? That looks pretty good as well. Little doorway at the front there. Very Aztec look. Yeah, nice, really like that. And we got the Whippy ice cream right in front of the towers here. And there we are, Flavor Burst ice cream. Also sell donuts here as well, king cakes for £5. Do like a good king cake. I'll grab myself one of those a little bit later on. There you go, ring donuts, £4.50. Same price as your filled. You also get a Fronut for £6.50 as well, which is obviously a donut served with soft ice cream. Yeah, there you go, really nice. Nice and colourful as well. And then we got the deli here as well. Pastrami, Reuben sandwich, cheesesteaks. And there's your prices for those, £9. $8.50 for a classic pastrami, and your cheesesteak you can get for £9 as well. Good food options as well this year. Yeah, really impressed. We got these speaker installations here as well. Looks like they're recently installed. Keeps the music blaring, which is really good. Not quite sure about this though. Wondering if they could have done perhaps a little bit of a better job. Make these permanent, you know, actually put it under the ground, keep them here. Another little photo op here as well. Taking it to the streets. Yeah, it's really nice, I like that. Little flower wagon. And again, you got all the bunting at the back here with all the Mardi Gras colors. Yeah, this is a much, much better event than last year. And a much better day as well. On the side of the towers here, you got all the banners for all the crews again as well. Mutiny Bay, Tower Street, Forbidden Valley on the left side, and you got Katanga and Voodoo Crew on the right. Ah, absolutely exceptional, the towers against the blue sky. Really is a spectacle. Love it every time I come here. And just on the way to Hex then, this is of course where you would enter to get access to Her Ladyship's gardens and the towers, but unfortunately, as you can see, it's still closed off by this barrier here, and it's such a shame. On a day like today, this would have offered some absolutely incredible views of the lake, Tower Street, the Smiler as well. Yeah, it's such a shame. I feel like they're missing a trick with this. And I understand that there's still some parts of the Scarefest maze left in there which may make it harder to open these up for the public, but you know, this is the centerpiece of the park, and it's such a shame. This hasn't actually opened this season so far as I'm aware. So yeah, it's such a shame to see this still closed. Would have had some great photo opportunities up there today. And along with the towers, Hex, as predicted, is also closed here at the park, and it's such a shame to see this down again. This is down more often than it's up when I come to visit Alton Towers. It has been down for a couple of months now. It was open earlier in the season, but unfortunately it's down again now. And I just feel like Alton Towers just really aren't spending the money required to fix this ride. They keep fixing certain parts, they last a couple of months, and then the ride goes down again. And it's such a shame to see, because it's an awesome ride. They really need to get the manufacturer in Vekoma themselves, get this ride fixed up, spend a bit of extra money on it, and make the lifespan of this last at least a season before it needs a little bit more work. Such a shame to see this down yet again. But there we are. It's another visit to Alton Towers where we don't get to ride this awesome Vekoma Madhouse. And as mentioned earlier in the vlog, the sky ride is down, but I thought I'd come and take a quick look just to see what kind of condition it is actually in. And there's not even any gondolas on it so far, certainly not at this station anyway, which, like I say, if you do have some kind of mobility issues and you kind of rely on sky rides to get around Alton Towers, which, you know, admittedly is not a small park by any means, it could be worth noting that the sky ride is still down at the time of filming, which, yeah, is a shame and does affect your ability to kind of get around the park quickly and effectively. So hopefully this is back really soon. Like I say, for Mardi Gras it does help that they've kind of condensed the event down onto Food Street and Tower Street. It helps quite a lot. However, it'll be great to see the sky ride back in action as soon as possible. However, it doesn't look like that's going to be any time soon, considering there's not even any gondolas that I can see, at least. So yeah, that's a real shame. Rita looking good though. And of course 13 in the background there as well. Let's head into Dark Forest. And a bit of off-ride footage there then of Rita, the 2005 Intamin launch coaster here, but I thought I'd give that a miss as it was a 40-minute advertised queue time and get a ride on 13, which opened in 2010, obviously on the former side of the corkscrew. However, this is experiencing a little bit of downtime, and it's enough for a member of staff to actually be out at the front turning people away, so I think this is going to be down for some time. So let's go get a ride on Rita. And just had my ride on Rita then. Advertised queue time 40 minutes, waited about 45. Yeah, so not too bad. Operations pretty good on there today, or as good as they can be at least. And yeah, the ride itself, riding pretty well actually. It is warm today, so I'm assuming that probably makes a little bit of a difference. Last time I rode Rita, it was pretty rattly, and I kind of thought that, yeah, this is going to be the next ride to go. Obviously 2005 this opened here, used to be known as Rita Queen of Speed, only it lost that tagline in 2009 when Dark Forest became a thing here at Alton Towers. So yeah, hopefully it's got a few more years left in it yet. Like I say, 2 more years, it'll be celebrating its 20th. It'll be interesting to see if this ride is still around in 5 years' time. Oh, Rita, what an absolute beast. Yeah, even though after I've had my ride on Rita queuing for 45 minutes, 13 is still down, or it's gone down again. Unfortunately, he's still not letting people into the queue line at the moment, so I thought I'd come round and have a look at the former side of Roller Disco just to see if anything else is happening around here. And it looks as though they're just leaving this as a seating area, certainly for this season at least. But plenty of space here for a future flat ride perhaps. Be interesting to see what they do over the next couple of seasons here at Alton Towers. Yeah, shame about 13. Looks like I'm going to miss that one today because I've got lots to cover here in the vlog with the Mardi Gras shows and Nemesis construction and obviously Nemesis Subterra. So yeah, unfortunately I have to give 13 a miss. And we'll head back out of Dark Forest and head towards X Sector. And of course, as we make our way over to X Sector from Dark Forest, we obviously have to pass the Alton Towers dungeon. Now, I covered this area in the last vlog. We spoke a little bit about Project Horizon and how this area is likely to undergo a massive change over the next season. However, I just thought I'd point out, it's interesting to note here that the Alton Towers dungeon's times have changed. First tour here, 12:30, with the last tour being 6:30. Now, it's the last tour that's the interesting one, as that's actually 30 minutes past park close time. So it gives you that opportunity. If you do want to experience the Alton Towers dungeon, you can get all your rides in first and then come back and grab the last tour actually after the park has closed, which is good and much better. However, I feel like it's not going to make too much difference to the popularity of this attraction. It is an upcharge, and you know my feelings about that by now. Merlin annual pass, not too bad at £5.50. Alton Towers pass holder at £9.90. However, on the day admission, £11, and that's pretty steep considering you've paid what you have to come into the park as well. Of course, if you've not done it before, probably is worth doing just the once. However, as you can see out the front at the moment, yeah, it's really, really dead, and I don't think that last tour time will make too much of a difference to this. Be interesting to see actually if the Alton Towers dungeon still remains once this area undergoes a significant change for when Project Horizon opens. Yeah, I should imagine that this will look very, very different in a couple of years' time. Be interesting to see actually if the burger kitchen still remains as well. And talking of things that may not remain anymore, the world of David Walliams. Yes, this is an interesting one. In my opinion, I don't want to sound harsh, but I do think this IP has kind of outstayed its welcome now. I think it's time for a big change here. Royal Carousel looking great. And of course you have Flavio's Fabulous Fandango, which is actually a traveling ride, but not actually part of the Retro Squad. All the colors here looking fantastic as usual. It's a great looking area. It's just the IP itself I feel is a little bit long in the tooth now. Raj's shop there, you obviously got Gangster Granny the ride. And you got the little bounce towers off to the left as well that make pleasant farting noises. Yeah, I would like to see this have a complete retheme sometime soon. Whether it's something that Alton Towers may think about once Project Horizon is in place, only time will tell. But yeah, I do feel, like I say, that it has outstayed its welcome now. And some off-ride footage there then of the rides that you can expect to find here in Fairground Sector, sorry, X Sector, I don't know why I keep doing that, X Sector here at Alton Towers. Of course, you've got the Smiler, which celebrated very recently its 10th anniversary, officially just a couple of days ago on the 31st of May, with its record-setting 14 inversions. You've got Oblivion, the original B&M dive coaster, opened here in 1998. Spin Jam, one of the Retro Squad, a really nice and intense Tivoli Extreme, and of course the latest addition to the Retro Squad here, Twistertron, which it's Twistertron. It is what it is. Anyway, single rider queue on the Smiler. Current wait time on that 30 minutes. Hopefully the single rider queue is a lot less. Let's jump on. And after about a 20-minute wait then in the single rider queue, I've just had my ride on the Smiler, and yeah, that's also running really well today. Obviously something to do with the weather and the heat making the coasters run a lot smoother than they usually do. Yeah, I had a row 2 ride, lucky enough to avoid the back row, which is known to be particularly rough on the Smiler, but yeah, it's a great ride. It's not by far my favorite coaster in the world. It's a little too inversion heavy for me. I've said this before, I do kind of like a little bit more variety in my coasters. However, for what it is, it really is a fantastic ride, and the theming is great, and of course that soundtrack will be stuck in my head now for at least the next 2 weeks. Back at Food Street now then, we're going to grab some Mardi Gras influenced food and drink, take a little bit of a chill, see if we can catch a show or two here, and then we'll be heading back down to Towers Street and taking kind of a clockwise direction around the park, starting at Mutiny Bay and then obviously Gloomy Wood, before ending up in Forbidden Valley, where we check out the Nemesis construction and of course Nemesis Subterra. Let's get some lunch. And here we are with the Old Hickory fries then. Got some pulled pork on there, American cheese and slaw, and some fries buried underneath there as well. And I gotta say, it looks fantastic and it tastes even better. Nice and hot, nice and fresh, beautiful. Bit of footage of the Latin drums then, and now we got the stage shows here on Food Street, starting with Mutiny Bay. Once again, great costumes. All the bubbles flying out at the top as well. Gotta say, I do love this stage, it looks great. Great costumes as well, part of Mutiny Bay, really, really nice. And of course, just a little bit further down, you've got the Voodoo Crew. Yeah, I gotta say, costumes really, really good this year. There's Voodoo Crew and Forbidden Valley Crew kind of dancing together. That's really cool. I like the interaction. Again, great colours. Love the feather hats. Fantastic. And then of course the Katanga crew is down here as well. Hey! Nice bright red colour. Really great costumes as well. Great music. Hey. And these shows basically take place every hour on the hour here on Food Street. Hey. And yeah, I gotta say, I think I prefer the Mutiny Bay crew stage and the costumes. Nice and vibrant, love the blue colour. I love the theming on that stage, that's really great. Yeah, it's a great spectacle on Food Street, really nice party atmosphere all the way down. And yeah, there are a few problems. Obviously, the more performers outside the Voodoo stage and Forbidden Valley stage, it can get a little bit busy, forcing people to kind of walk on the grass, but it's not as bad as I anticipated. And it is only once every hour. And it being lunchtime at the moment is the busiest it's going to get. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Hey. And some footage there then of the separate stage shows over on Food Street, and yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really impressed with that. Really, really good music, fantastic costumes, audience interaction on a couple of them. Yeah, really, really good. And like I say, on the hour, every hour. Now just walking past Mutiny Bay here. Yeah, Mutiny Bay's looking pretty quiet, but I thought I'd come down and check out some more of these Mardi Gras celebrations down here. We got some photo ops, lots more colors. And yeah, look at that, what a great day for some Battle Galleons action. Hey, that's one way to call off. Yeah, look at all this here. Yeah, all looks really nice. Love the bike. The old flower cart here. Yeah, all these flowers, all looks really nice as well. Love all the decorations around here. Yeah, it looks great. I got a nice painting here. Wonder who's done that. Not me, that's for sure. It looks as though this is where they stood when they done it. As you can see, that's the skyline at the back there of the towers. Nicely matching this. Yeah, that's great. Got the easel here and all the paints and paintbrushes. Nice bit of theming that. Yeah, really nice. Got like a little, what, little organ there as well. Music blaring out as well. Oh, it's great. And yeah, Battle Galleons at the back there. Oh, the water guns are going crazy. What a great day for it. There's my friend Samuel the Shark just there. Anyway, we're going to go and take a quick look at the Wicker Man now, see what the queue time is like for that. We're also going to check out Katanga Canyon and the Congo River Rapids. Let's see if the waterfalls are back on. And then, of course, we'll be making our way to Gloomy Wood. See what the queue time's like for the Curse at Alton Manor. I want to get back on that before making our way to Forbidden Valley and Nemesis Subterra. Oh, Wicker Man. The 2018 GCI coaster here. And what a ride it is. Best wooden coaster in the country. And a queue time of 35 minutes.
35 minutes.
And a little bit of off-ride footage there then of the Wicker Man. I thought I'd just show you inside the shop while I'm here, as it's actually really well themed. You've got lots of good stuff. Cups, snow globes, hoodies, the lanyards, the resins are pretty cool in here as well. Yeah, all the Wicker Man stuff. But yeah, the store itself is actually really well themed. All of this stuff here, cow skulls, all the signs kind of glowing with fire. The roof looks really good as well, and you've got these really awesome Wicker Man statues here. Yeah, look at this. It's great. Can't really appreciate how big this is on camera, but yeah, it all glows. All the kind of candles around the sides. Yeah, it looks really good. They used to actually sell blocks of wood in here. There was actually leftover wood from the ride construction, but it doesn't look as though they sell those anymore. However, if you do want to own this statue here, which I gotta say isn't the best looking Wicker Man statue I've seen in my life, you can of course buy it for the rather cheap sum of £3,500. Yeah, there you go. It's a bespoke statue sculpted by Emma Stothard. 3.5 grand, would you pay that? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, just a quick look around there then of the Wicker Man shop. And yeah, I really do like that shop. It's really, really well themed. One of the best themed shops here at Alton Towers, actually. Talking of fantastically themed areas now, though, we are in Katanga Canyon. Let's see if the waterfalls are on, shall we? And unfortunately, we still have no waterfalls on the river rapids here at Alton Towers. It's such a shame. I heard that they were actually working just a couple of days ago. But it seems like they're off again today. And I've been stood here for a couple of minutes now, and it sounds as though they've also removed the warning about the waterfalls from the audio. So I don't know what's going on. Are the waterfalls going to be back, or are they going to be off permanently? I'm not sure, but they're not on today. And what a great day for it as well. Would have been perfect. Maybe next time. Although I feel like I've been saying that a lot. And it's worth noting that the Mardi Gras food isn't just restricted to Food Street. Pizza and Pasta here have their own take on Mardi Gras with this Creole pizza, which actually looks really nice. And you'll also find other places around the park also cater to the Mardi Gras Louisiana taste. And here we are back in Gloomy Wood, and what an absolutely fantastic job they've done of this area. For the opening day of the Curse at Alton Manor a couple of months ago, a lot less busy than it was back then, but it still looks great. They've still got the entertainers out the front here. Attic of Antiquities looking great, and of course the Coach House Confectionery with all your freak shakes. As you can see there, Midnight Forest, Red Mist, Cookies and Scream, Buried Alive. There's some great names. Black Web Cake Slice there. Yeah, you're looking at around £5 to £6 for some of the cursed cones, and about $6.95 for the freak shakes, $3.50 for soft serve ice cream. Really good to see that shop back open. And all the theming around here still looking really fresh as well. And the best thing about it, there's just a 15-minute wait time. Let's jump on. And it's great to see the queue line still looking fresh as well, with all the audio blaring. Love this queue line. One thing I have noticed though, we've lost the steam effects. The steam and the smoke effects used to actually come. You can just see the where the kind of pipes are still enclosed in here with the netting, but they're not actually working. Now I suspect that's because this queue maybe just, you know, isn't full capacity, so perhaps they're just trying to save a little bit of money, turning them off. Either that or they've they've broken already. Hopefully it's not the latter, because that really did create such a great atmosphere. Good to see all the tombstones still looking nice and fresh. Yeah, and like I say, all the audio playing as well. And there is one of the creepiest statues I've ever seen. Look at that. You're mine indeed. Yeah, a little bit of a shame about the smoke effects. Hopefully that's something they do get working again a little bit later on. Because like I say, it created a great atmosphere. Along with the creepy audio, all the tombstones.
Phones, cameras and torches must be put away. These displease the residents of the manor.
Of course that ruins it a little bit. And the nice little Easter eggs here, selling the land for $1.992 million. 1992 obviously being the original year that the haunted house opened here at Alton Towers. Yeah, this still looks great in here. This area has not changed too much from before. However, it does look great. You have all the UV writing as well. Look at that. Very, very cool. Looks fantastic. And after just a 5-minute wait then, just had my ride on the Curse at Alton Manor. yeah, good to see that everything is still working in there, all the audio, all the props, all the animatronics, yeah, all really, really good. Still looking really nice and fresh as well, which is great to see. It is an absolutely fantastic ride and infinitely better than what Jewel was before it. Of course, now heading down towards Nemesis Subterra, I can already see that the tank's had a little bit of a rebrand. Let's take a look. And yeah, as you can see, the tank here has all been nicely rebranded with that black and red to match the new Nemesis track with that Phalanx logo on the side as well. Gotta say, I'm definitely a fan of this. I always have been a fan of black on red color schemes. So yeah, really pleased with the direction that this is taking. Oh, it looks great. And here we are outside the front of Nemesis Subterra then, with the current advertised queue time of 50 minutes. Yeah, excited to get back on this after 8 years of it having been closed. Of course, following the unfortunate incidents on the Smiler, Nemesis Subterra was actually one of several park attractions that was cut from the park's operational budget. And so this closed back in August of 2015. Now, Project 42, the Scare Maze, actually used to be housed in here, but the ride system itself was inaccessible. Obviously, that's now all been cleared out, and we now have the brand new reopening of Nemesis Subterra, which actually happened just over a week ago. Of course, this is the ride that features those 4 ABC manufactured drop towers and live actors. And there we are, Subterra, 50 minutes. And of course you have the observation platform just to the right of it as well, which we'll actually take a look at first before joining the queue for Subterra. Now, of course, the observation platform is something that wasn't actually open when I last visited the park back in March. However, it has been open for a couple of months now. And yeah, it's something that they've just put in to kind of, allow people to view the construction site of the reconstruction of Nemesis. It's just this walkway that they've put in here. It's completely free to enter. There was talks that it was going to be an upcharge. I'm really glad that they didn't take that route. I would have had some choice words to say on this vlog if they had. Yeah, it just kind of allows you to oversee the construction of Nemesis. It's all kind of themed in, and it's included in the story as well about what this observation platform actually is and its purpose. Also gives a great view of the monorail track as well, if that's your interest. And yeah, here we are, the observation platform itself. And in terms of construction itself then, sadly there's still not too much to see at the moment. I suspect excitement levels will ramp up when we get to the more juicy parts of the construction, including the first corkscrew, which will be coming down from here. In terms of latest installation though, looks like the last piece to go in was the overbank here that you can see in the top right of your screen. Some closer shots. Looks like the Nemesis creature itself has taken a little bit of damage, so I suspect that that is either going to be completely removed and replaced, or being given a major overhaul before next year when this ride actually reopens. Of course, you've got the Steve Foster crane in place there. No work happening today, it being a Sunday. So yeah, I expect over the next few months for construction to actually get a lot more exciting and for the views to improve here from the observation platform. But yeah, it's a nice thought though. And like I say, it's all themed in. You've got a TV screen here. This is a restricted area. You are now under military jurisdiction. So yeah, I think it's a nice idea. Of course, they were never going to keep this construction secret. Everybody knew what was happening. And yeah, I think this is quite a nice touch to be given the views of the construction site like this. Really, really cool. Looking forward to the construction really ramping up over the next few months though. And here we are now then down in the car park then, and here's all the pieces of that new Nemesis track on the back of the trucks here. We got all the supports, and from what I've seen kind of recently, there's definitely not as many pieces here as there once were, so I should imagine they're expecting a due delivery at some point. Some pieces have actually, as we saw earlier, have now been installed on the site, so we've got a few supports out here and a few more of that awesome looking track. Appears to be an inversion here of some sort, maybe the 0G roll, one of the corkscrews perhaps. Yeah, it looks great. Really, really does. And as an enthusiast, it's good to come down here if you are at the parks. It does allow you to get nice and close to these pieces of track and really kind of appreciate the detail of those blood vessels there. Really, really does look awesome, and these pieces are absolutely huge. It's just great, all these supports stacked up here. I mean, as far as where these pieces are going to actually be going, got more supports here as well. You know, it's pretty much impossible to tell. I mean, they're all kind of labeled, but what these actually mean, I have no idea. It's hard to tell where these are actually going to be installed on the site. However, it's still great to see it all up close. Yeah, these supports really are huge. And as you can see, it's there's not too many of the flatbed trucks here at the moment, mainly down this left side. And this is all kind of empty. We've got a few pieces just down here, which we'll go take a look at, that aren't actually on any trucks at all. They're just kind of on the ground. Let's go take a look at those. And here's those two pieces on the kind of right side of the car park here. And it looks to be like they're just sort of on the floor, but they are protected by these bits of kind of metal going across the top. You can see that they're not actually touching the gravel floor here, just to make sure that they're not damaged. But in terms of actually getting nice and close to these pieces of track, these are the two that you can actually get the closest to, and they look great. And yeah, I mean, in terms of the detailing on there, I gotta say, I am definitely a fan of how it looks. I think it's gonna look absolutely fantastic once this is all installed. The only thing I am actually worried about is the weathering. You know, it's such an impressively detailed piece of track that you do have to wonder how it's going to be maintained over the years to come. I mean, obviously this isn't going to be a piece of track where with most solid coloured roller coasters you can just get out a big paint roller, you know, and kind of paint it all up to make it look fresh for the next season. This is obviously going to need some pretty specialist maintenance really to keep those blood vessels looking really good. And I hope Alton Towers do that. I hope this, you know, in 5 years' time isn't going to start to look grubby and kind of, you know, weathered, because at the moment, as a brand new track, it looks really, really cool. And I hope they keep those blood vessels looking nice and sharp going forward. But yeah, there you go. That's the state of the car park as of the 4th of June 2023, and I suspect these pieces will get installed very, very soon, and we'll be expecting some more pieces to turn up very shortly. Fantastic looking track. Cannot wait for next year. And in the time that it's taken to look at those pieces of track in the car park, then the queue times dropped to 35 minutes for Nemesis Subterra. So let's jump on. I gotta say, I hope that is just a placeholder for the logo. It looks very, very plain and very, very flat compared to the original logo of 8 years ago, which of course had the big Nemesis eye on it and looked really, really cool. So yeah, it looks a bit strange on this kind of scaffoldy structure here as well. They could certainly do a lot better with this, and hopefully they will do in the future. And after just a 15-minute wait then, I've just had my ride on the newly reopened Nemesis Subterra. And I gotta say, I do really, really enjoy that ride. I gotta say, Mystery Castle at Phantasialand is still by far and away my favorite indoor drop tower. However, Subterra is really, really cool. As much as the drop on that is only really small, it's actually only about 20 feet or so. Very, very small drop, but it actually happens in the dark right after you see that egg hatch. In terms of the ride itself, it's had some rebranding here and there, but the pre-show is essentially the same as what it was back in 2012, in that they've discovered some caves and they've discovered some eggs in that cave that belong to the original Nemesis creature. You're then led into a fake elevator, if you like. Think Terminal. If you ever went on Terminal at Thorpe Park, that had something very similar. It doesn't actually move, you just go in one set of doors and out the other, and then basically you're led into the ride system itself, which comprises of 40 seats, 10 seats per drop tower, kind of set in a square formation around this egg. The ride then starts, the egg hatches, you feel the drop of about 20 feet, like I say, and then of course the ride finishes and you're then led through some kind of walkways back into an elevator where there's a lot of loud noise. I have to say, if you don't like loud noises, this is not going to be the ride for you. Also, the ride itself features quite a painful prod in the back, so if you do suffer from a bad back or anything like that, and even if you don't, to be honest, sit away from the back of the seat, because there's a little thing that kind of comes through and prods you quite hard in the back, which actually is kind of painful. Yeah, not a big fan of that at all. You also have some kind of things, you know, blowing on your legs and hitting your legs, which is actually a much better effect, supposed to simulate obviously the Nemesis creature. In the lift going back to the surface, you obviously have the Nemesis creature kind of jumps on the lift, causing a lot of kind of vibration. Again, if you're not a big fan of loud noises, not for you. Also quite claustrophobic in that area as well, as the lights do go out again afterwards. And you're then coming out of that elevator through a few more corridors, and then you kind of exit the ride. I was a little bit surprised at the lack of live actors in there, though. There was a couple obviously in the ride area itself. However, after that there was nothing. There was no kind of scare actors or anything like that, even though we were warned before we went in that there would be. So that was a little bit of a strange one. It's a great ride. I would say not to wait any longer than 30 minutes tops for it. The queue time does seem to be dropping quite a lot now, since obviously it opened a couple of weeks ago now. It's still a great ride. I love the story, and like I say, it kind of builds the atmosphere and the excitement for the return of the main ride here in Forbidden Valley, which is Nemesis. Let's go take a look at the little shop for Nemesis Subterra that I've noticed has reopened, and see what kind of merchandise they sell from the Phalanx and of course Subterra itself. And we got the Forbidden Claws here as well. Want to try and win one of these prizes? Some nice Sonic dolls in there. And right next to that we've got Forbidden Cars as well, if you fancy a little drive of a remote car. But just next to that, of course, we have Squadron Supplies, which is the shop for Nemesis Subterra, newly reopened. And they sell a variety of Phalanx and Nemesis Subterra merch. There you go. Got some hoodies in there, some t-shirts, water bottles, mugs and the like, ranging from about £8 through to 35. Yeah, quite nice stuff that. And just past Squadron Supplies then, you can see they've still got the original signage here for Nemesis, notifying you of it being the world's most intense ride experience. And of course you've got these gates here that you can just see through the gap here, but not really too much to see. You can see the entranceway is still in place. And just a little bit further around then onto the second gate, just a quick look through here, and you can see the foundation work going on what will be the support for the downward helix as it kind of wraps around the monorail that you can just see at the top of the screen there. Yeah, that's the most intense part of Nemesis and the most stressful part of the ride. So I imagine that that goes down pretty deep. Sooner or later we'll see a nice chunky support in there. Otherwise not much more to see through this gate either. We've got a little digger off to the right. Otherwise nothing too exciting going on through here. And then through the gate just next to the coffee lounge here, just on the left, you can see the damage to the Nemesis creature that's actually been caused, and a lot of the fake track has been removed as well. So yeah, this leads me to believe that either this Nemesis creature is going to see a pretty significant refurb, or it's going to be removed and replaced with maybe a brand new creature, who knows. But yeah, you can see the exit to the ride there is still all kind of shuttered up there just at the back. Lots of construction fences, not too much going on to the right there. More construction walls. But yeah, again, not too much to see from here either. And then through the gate by Galactica is probably the best view that you can get of the new track, where you can actually see new track meeting old. Again, some closer shots for you in the top right of the screen. And yeah, that just goes to show how much better that new track is over the old one. I know it was met with you know, a little bit of resistance when it was first unveiled, but I've got to say, I think the new track looks absolutely fantastic. And if you're coming here to the park, you can get some great views of the construction if you ride Galactica. And speaking of Galactica then, there is just a 5-minute wait. Another world first here at Alton Towers. This was B&M's first flying coaster, opened back in 2002. It was actually known as Air from 2002 up until 2015, which is when it then changed to Galactica. And yeah, you got to say, a 5-minute wait. Can't go wrong with that. Let's get on. And a little bit of off-ride footage there then of Galactica, and yeah, I'd waited just 5 minutes and I was on the ride. And you know what, yeah, there are much better flying coasters out there these days, but there's something special about Galactica, it being the original flying coaster from B&M, and I still really enjoy it. And the operations on there, actually not just on Galactica but across the park today, have been absolutely on point. Really impressed. Obviously back in March, for those that have seen that vlog, you'll know that I was kind of not happy at all with the operations. It kind of ruined the day really. They were really bad back in March. Today though, a massive step up, which is really good to see. Heading back towards Food Street now then, which is where the parade today actually starts. It starts at Food Street, goes kind of around the lake and then finishes on Towers Street. It starts at 6 p.m. So yeah, we're getting there, we're closing out the day now. So I'm gonna put in a little bit of footage of the parade and I'll be closing out today's vlog. And here we go with the parade then. Hey, there he is. The Alton Bear's back. Ah, it's great to see him. Hey. Traffic patrol out in force as well. Look at these costumes. Absolutely fantastic. Hey. Hey, all the different crews. Interesting that they've still got those. I didn't think they would have them this year, seeing as they've got speaker installations behind. But they've still got them. Hey!
Here we go! Hey, up, back it up! Up, back it up! Up, back it up! Here we go, with the crew! Back it up!
A little bit of CBBS here with Andy as Adventures Dynamobile. Forbidden Valley crew. And of course, Mutiny Bay crew at the back. Let's go finish up on Tower Street. with that footage of the parade then, that brings the day here at Alton Towers to a close, and I gotta say, what an absolutely great event this has been today. It's really eclipsed last year's event by quite some margin. It really was fantastic. Lots of performers, real high energy, which, you know, 2 weeks into the event is really good, that obviously the actors are keeping that high energy as well. Great costumes, amazing audio. It really has been a fantastic event. The food and drink really good as well, and actually I think that has actually quite worked with changing all the stages, getting them all together on Food Street. Did work quite well, didn't get as busy as I was expecting. It really has been a solid event, and that final parade, absolutely worth staying for. Really fantastic. Obviously Nemesis construction as well, we took a look at that, as well as the pieces on the car park. Seems to have slowed down a little bit over the past few weeks or so, but hoping to see some more pieces go in really soon. I gotta say, like I said, I'll reiterate, I am a big fan of that black on red. I really do like it. Like I said earlier though, just concerns on the weathering and how that's gonna last in the years to come. Hopefully Alton Towers do a good job of looking after it. And then of course we have Nemesis Subterra. Fantastic to see that ride back open again. I hope it's a ride that stays. You know, if we are seeing the last year of the retro squad here at Alton Towers and we're going to lose those rides next season, Alton Towers needs as many flat rides slash dark rides slash water rides, whatever, as they can. They need to keep hold of as many things as possible. Get Hex back open, get as many rides open as possible, get rid of the retro squad. Let's get a permanent flat in where roller disco used to be. Come on, let's get some flat rides now. Let's stop all this kind of memeing that's going on about how much Alton Towers is basically a fun fair at the moment. It'd be really great to see. Operations on the whole, apart from Hex being closed and a little bit of downtime for 13 earlier in the day, has actually been fantastic. Coasters, dispatching of rides, really quick. Such an improvement on how it was just a couple of months ago in March, which is really good to see. Yeah, it's been an absolutely great event. Alton Towers can be really proud with what they've done with Mardi Gras here today, and I really hope that they're going to carry this forward into their future events. Scarefest, I am looking at you. Want to see a really big improvement on that for this year, because that's the event here at Alton Towers that is kind of lacking that something. You know, that's the one that now really needs to be stepped up. Because, you know, Thorpe Park's kind of been running away with that with their Fright Nights lately. It'd be great to see Alton Towers kind of get on an even keel with Thorpe Park. Hopefully that will happen this year. If this Mardi Gras event is anything to go by, then I think we're in for some good things. In terms of the next vlog coming up here on Adventure Planet, then next week I will be back at Chessington World of Adventures covering their Mardi Gras and also doing a full park update for 2023, because of course I've not covered that here on the channel yet. Obviously we were there not so long ago for the opening of the World of Jumanji, but I didn't cover anything else, so that's coming up in a week's time right here on the channel. Until then though, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, happy riding everybody. I'll see you at Chessington.